do the final coat of paint up on the front of the boat where I screwed up and got the wrong paint on there. My goggles are so fogged up I can't see. I don't know how many badgers died to make this brush.
Todd, do you love it? I love it. It is Boston Whaler Blue from TotalBoat.
18 months ago, we purchased a hurricane-damaged sailboat with the dream of sailing her around the world. Since then, we've been learning, laughing, and working harder than we ever have in our lives.
Is that better? Now you can see. This is my new hair. I call it COVID cut. Okay, my goal for today is, if possible, I'm going to, I gotta sand these through hole repairs that we did and get them faired, especially the two high ones above the water line. I want to get those faired today for sure, so that I can possibly get them sanded and do the final coat of paint up on the front of the boat where I screwed up and got the wrong paint on there that I got to sand off. So we got to be able to paint over those through holes with the same primer. It's the primer, not the paint, and get that part done. So that's my project for today. The last official N95 mask right there. Alright, I guess I go mix some fairing compound. Okay, now I have to let it dry. It's gonna take probably 2 to 3 hours to dry, and then I can come back and sand it. This is the first fairing, which is generally imperfect, and then we'll go by and sand it, and then the next fairing will be the final one, hopefully, where it should be just, you know, skimming the surface and filling in any minor stuff that didn't get filled in the first time. Then I gotta let that dry another 2 hours before I can prime. You can see the difference in color there. That's because I got really excited at the end of the day. We had primed the boat using a can of primer that we already had opened in the boat that we had used on the hatches. We were really tired and we were almost done, and we ran out of that primer, and I ran upstairs into the boat to mix some more primer, and I grabbed the first can I saw. So basically what we have is a wet edge paint for the top side, and then we have a topside primer, and I grabbed the wet edge, and so I mixed that up and we started painting it, and we thought, wow, it's a weird color. It's way whiter than the other stuff, and we thought maybe it was just because we'd been using that for the last month or two, but no. So I got about 1/8 of the boat that I need to sand that finish off back down to the boat surface and re-prime. I'm hoping to do that today. This is what I'm trying to see through. My goggles are so fogged up I can't see. They're creating so much sweat that I have sweat dropping into my, tears dropping into my eyes, which burns my eyes. This is a real pain. I need some anti-fog for these goggles. Another thing, 4 rights, don't make a left. But when you find a left, it definitely makes it right.
Hey guys! So we are getting ready to put color on the side of our boat. It is super duper exciting. Todd's been sanding all day long. He finished sanding and fairing this spot here. And now he is sanding the primer that we did on the other side a few days ago. Do you want to see the color that I picked for our boat? I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, so we ordered a quart and we painted just the back of the boat to see if I liked the color, and I am in love with it. Are you ready? You want to see? Ta-da! Do you love it? I love it. It is Boston Whaler Blue from TotalBoat, and it looks fantastic, and I'm excited to get the rest of it on. Yay! Are you done?
I wish. Nope.
Need a new thing of sandpaper.
The last one. I got one more
And then we're out,
of 220.
and we can't find it anywhere.
Home Depot, but they're now closing at like 6 p.m. and it's a 45-minute drive to get there. We noticed that because last night we got there at 10 after 6.
It looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't have a plan and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. You look so beautiful.
Have I mentioned I'm afraid of heights?
And I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you.
It's the same color as the table.
Pretty darn close. That is why we liked the table.
Why we took it out of the garbage and brought it over here?
Yep. Yep, we're dumpster divers. Spencer and Brina would be proud. We got a table from our dumpster.
What was it? They got a toilet?
That's true. He got a toilet, so I like a table better. Okay, how much am I supposed to thin the top side?
5 to 10%. So the way that this topside system works is that you sand with 220 between each coat. So you're not in a rush to get multiple coats done at once. It actually has to dry all the way and then be sanded between coats. We have to roll and tip, and it wasn't too bad on the back. It really laid down really nice. We've only got one coat on the back, and you saw what a great color that was. So we'll be doing a second coat as we go around and do the first coat on everything else.
Special brushing thinner 100. I figured out how to pour it.
Okay.
Because that thing's so big, it spills everywhere. I go this way. All right. Under 3 ounces to 24 ounces would be 2.4 ounces would be 10%, which I think we want to do because of it being a little
Warm
windy.
and humid, yeah.
All right, Katie, we need to clean that other tray.
Painting the boat.
Actually, yeah, we need to. Can we?
Did you see the back of the boat? That's what color it's going to be.
Can we clean
You're doing
this?
that right now?
We are doing that right now. That's why we needed your help. This needs to be cleaned out.
I thought you had to paint it like a certain amount of time before you go back in the water.
No, that's the bottom, not the top. This part up here is going to be blue, not the bottom.
Yeah.
If that's not going to clean real well, we'll use a brand new one. Yeah, go look for one. Just if we have one, maybe I'll use it.
So what kind of brushes were these that they sent us, these special?
Well, there's it's a Europa. There's no label other than Europa. That's it.
What? It says something on the brush on the other
Stainless
side.
steel?
Nope.
Corona.
That's right. Corona was what he said. So it's a what kind? What's the?
I don't know. Did you acetone the bottom where you taped yet?
I was asking you what kind of brush that was. It's a badger.
Corona.
It's a badger hair brush.
Well, I don't know if it's a badger
Yes.
hair. Did he say they had a badger hair?
It was a badger
Okay.
hair brush.
So, I don't know how many badgers died to make this brush.
Todd,
What?
that was naughty. Maybe they just trim them.
I'm sure that they just got a haircut.
That's right.
Not two of them.
Oh, perfect. Woo! New ones. Good job, Katie.
I'm going to roll. Todd gets to tip. Because the real deal in this is the tipping. If you screw up the tipping, you screw it up.
Is it gonna be all my fault?
Yes. No, you're the professional. so-
Right. I've never done this before. We do have some tips though, so when we're done, we'll tell you our tips if they work. If they don't work, we're not gonna tell you.
Okay, we have special tips. So here's the deal. What happens when you're painting a boat? Well, what is that saying? I'm sorry for what I said when I was anchoring. I think the same thing happens with painting. It can get a little dicey.
Dicey. That's a good word. That's a good word. All right. Friggin' close to the fence.
I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh, we don't wanna do so.
All right. You see how I'm doing this, Katie?
Oh, why are you gonna have her do it?
At some point, I'm gonna have to go mix you some more paint so you don't have to stop. You don't want to keep going back over your work multiple times. You just have to live with it. Stop right there. If you go too much, it shows the white through. Okay, most of the time that'll blend back in. But all right, so okay, I'm gonna go mix up another batch. Okay.
Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whenever, 'cause a night like this, it never gets old.
Yeah, we probably should stop at the corner because we don't want to have
Issues.
humidity issues too much later. We figured too much later than this and it wouldn't work. So
Well, it'll be dry in 3 hours.
right, 10 o'clock. We didn't want to push it to dry at 11 because
Right.
11 it starts to get really humid. So.
No, I was just gonna do this.
Or can you reach it all?
I think I can. I don't know if you can.
Take my hand tonight and know that everything will be alright when we dance and we fall and we don't care at all. Now we just sing the la 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 la.
Okay. We are past the time that the boatyard is closing, so we only got the starboard side done, but I love it. So we'll come back tomorrow and do the rest. Yes.